Hi. So this week in my classes we've been looking at resistance and using resistance bands for a few things. So I thought I would share a few little arm movements with resistance with you. Okay, so go and find your resistance band, come back and join me. Alright, we're going to place this band, the end of the band, down on the floor, and it depends how long your band is as to how much of it you want to stand on. Okay, if you don't have a particularly long band, stand on the very end of that band. Okay, if you've got a long band, then you can afford to stand a little bit higher up. Okay, so you haven't got quite so much flapping band. We're going to start with our feet hip width apart and find a nice neutral in our spine. So thinking about the knees facing through to the second toe, the pelvis neutral, the ribcage sitting nicely on top. Okay, and the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. I want you to take hold of the band, just have it going through between your thumb and the palm of your hand with a good amount of slack on it to start off with, okay? Palms facing forward, all right? We take a breath in to prepare, and as you breathe out, you're going to take that one arm out to the side, just tensioning the band on its way around and up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to bring that band back round and down by your side. Okay, release the tension if it felt too tight. Yes, so that you're just getting a nice amount of work into the shoulder joints without taking too much strain. Equally, if it's too loose, you just hold it a bit further down. Yeah, so you can adjust the tension on that band to change the load that you're taking through the shoulder, and obviously then it will change the work you need in the abdominals to stay neutral. All right, so breathing out. Take the arm up, allow the shoulder blade to move, the collarbones to lift. And what I see so often with this exercise is that as the arm comes round and you take the load of the band, your spine naturally wants to flex away from that band to help you with the load. All right, so I really want you to try and keep that neutral spine here. Keep those lateral flexors working in stabilization for you to keep the spine nice and still. All right, as the arm comes up and round. Okay, let's just do two more here. Keep that arm in your peripheral vision, a little bit of center. Try not to shift the spine, and keep the weight nice and even through your feet too. So you've got equal weight passing through each foot. Bring the arm slowly back round and down. We're going to increase the tension on the band, so holding the band a lot tighter here. And in a fist, all right? Have the arm long, tuck the elbows into your waist, and we're just going to bicep curl here, drawing the fist towards your shoulder and slowly releasing that band down. All right, breathing out, fist to shoulder, breathing in, slow release. And again, you want to keep that nice neutral running through your spine, a little bit of center here. Making sure we stay neutral with the pelvis, the ribs sit directly above those hips, yes? And we're supporting ourselves, we're finding length through the spine. Making sure that we're not trying to lean in or out of that movement. Good, we've got three more here. 3 and 2. Weight still even through the feet. And last one. Good, and slowly resist the pull of the band as the arm comes back down by your side. Okay, releasing tension. Leave that bit of band on the floor, all right? And you're going to come to stand with the band coming out behind you. And let's have our heels together and our toes wide. All right, the band is coming up behind the body. We're extending the shoulder joint so the elbow is up towards the ceiling, and we're holding the band again in our fist with the thumb towards the floor and the little finger up towards the ceiling. Now it's very easy here to let those ribs shift forward, okay, and to arch the lower back a little bit too much, and you've lost your neutral alignment if you do that. So I want you to again think about staying neutral. Bring those ribs back in line with your hips, yeah, so they're sitting directly on top. The crown of the head is still pointing up towards the ceiling, and our shoulder is in full shoulder flexion. We're ready to just straighten the arm up towards the ceiling and then take it back down behind you. Yes, as we work into the tricep down the back of the arm here. Okay, so I like to put a free hand just on my ribcage, make sure I'm not arching the back, extending into the spine as I do this. There's a definite temptation for the ribs to want to lift. We want to really encourage that work into the back of the arm. So we want to make sure that elbow isn't coming forward either. So quite often I'll just see people kind of doing this action, okay? That's not going to target the triceps. So try and keep the elbow up towards the ceiling as much as you can and keep it still. So we're just straightening the arm and bending it without bringing that elbow too much in front of your face. All right, 3 more. Good, and 2. And 1. Okay, from here, we're going to take it into a little roll down. I want you to try and have this band out as flat as you can behind you. Leave your feet where they are. Draw the band up. A good tension, arms reaching long. Okay, again, think about softening those ribs back in towards your pelvis. And from here, as we breathe out, we're going to draw the chin in towards your chest. We're going to start to tension the band and bring our spine bone by bone into the band as we roll forward. Trying to get that whole spine into the band before we flex the hips and travel down towards the floor as far as we can. Keeping that spine in contact with the band. Take a breath here. And as we breathe out, a little bit of center, lift up through those abdominals. Bring the pelvis back to neutral, and then bone by bone, we stack your spine all the way back up. Okay, to where you started. We'll do that twice more. Breathing out, nod the chin. Peel the spine forward. Try to flex every little section of your back into the band. And then flex the hips and come down. Keep that contact of the spine in the band. Take a breath here. And breathing out, we stack. Bone by bone, opening those hips out, restacking the spine all the way back up to neutral. We're doing 1 more. Nod the chin, peel the spine forward. Watch as you bone by bone sequentially move that spine through. Pelvis stays neutral for as long as possible, then you flex the hips and travel down towards the floor. You take a breath in here and breathing out. A little bit of lift through the center. Open those hips out. Restack your spine bone by bone. And bring yourself back to neutral. Take your band into the other hand, all right? Check your alignment. Ribs still sitting directly on top of those hips. A little bit of support in the tummy. Full shoulder flexion. Okay, in the other arm, we're trying to work that tricep. All right, when you're ready, we're going to lengthen that arm up. Good, and then bend it back down, just behind the shoulder, and then lengthen it back up. I'm going to see if I can shuffle around a little bit just so you can see a little bit more what's going on behind. Good, and lifting it up. Yeah, so we're just bending and straightening that arm as you work through. Making sure we don't allow there to be an extension in the back, so really thinking about our neutral alignment here as well. Use that free hand to check the alignment of the ribs through to the hips. We've got 2 more coming up here. Triceps. Good. Bringing it down, and then we're going to take that band out the other side for our bicep curls. And our floating arms, all right? So again, just getting that band on the floor, coming to stand on the end of it, hip width apart. Let's take a good tension onto the band for the bicep curl, tucking the elbows into the waist. Check your alignment here, feet nice, weight nice and even, through your feet, a little bit of center. All right, breathing out bicep curl, breathing into release. Good, breathing out bicep curl, and breathing into release. Lovely. Breathing out and in. Good, and out and in. Now try and resist the pull of the band here. Slowly release the arm back down. So that eccentric contraction, if you like, as you release the arm against the pull of the band is as important as the contraction drawing up. Yeah, so just work in both directions. Last 2 here. Good. And then release the tension on the band. Okay, so create more slack. Palms face forward. We're still in a neutral alignment. And you're going to take that arm out to the side, just in your peripheral vision. Reach it up and draw it back out and down with control, using that resistance to strengthen in both directions, drawing up and out. Good, and remember we're working in the abdominals, we're keeping our lateral flexors switched on to keep us completely still in our spine as we add load to one side of the body. Good. And then up and round it goes. Lovely. We're going to do 3 more. Slowly down, slowly up. Keep that arm in your peripheral vision. Drawing up and round. Good. Making sure we're not taking it into that side flexion. Yes, making sure we're keeping those ribs directly above the hips. Good. So it's working the shoulder joints. Allow the shoulder blades to move, the collarbones to lift. Nice movement in the shoulders. Last one here. Reaching it up. Good. And lowering the arm all the way back down. Okay, one last little thing for our shoulders. I want you to take the band in your hands, okay? I'm going to go turn sideways on so you can see what I'm doing, hopefully. Take the band a little bit wider than your shoulders, all right? So your hands are wider than your shoulders. And we're going to see if we can fully circumflex the shoulder joint. So I'm going to breathe in, float those arms all the way up to the top. As you breathe out, you're going to pull out on the band, the palms will come up towards the ceiling, and you're going to fully circle those arms all the way around and down behind you. And then we'll do the same again, just lifting up, drawing those arms all the way up, and circling those arms all the way back round and down in front. Okay, we'll just do a couple more. Weight stays even through the feet, reaching up. You pull out slightly on the band, you tension the band a little bit, but it doesn't have to pull too tight, okay? So you can release tension on the band if you want to, and use it more as a spacer, all right? So play around with that if you want to. You want to have a little bit of tension, but not too much. And then circle around and draw those arms back down behind you. And then lifting up. And bringing it around. Good. Now, if you have a long enough band, I want you to stand in the middle of it, okay? If you don't, we'll work one side and then the other. But if your band is long enough, which they should be, even the short band should be long enough for this, hold either end. You're standing both feet in your band, okay? You're neutral through your alignment, weight even through your feet. Good tension on that band. Now stand tall. Just allow the tension of the band to pull your arms down by your side. Let the shoulder blades relax onto the rib cage, okay? Let the collarbones widen. And just find a little bit of centre and moment there. All right, take a breath. And as you breathe out, I just want you to take your hands behind you, so pushing palms of the hands back behind you. Hold it there, neutral spine, turn your head one way, come back through centre, turn your head the other way. Good, come back through centre and release the arms back down by your side. Let the band just really draw the arms long, let the shoulders sink down onto the rib cage, take a breath, and again, breathing out, extend the shoulder joints, turn to look one way, and turn to look the other way, and come back. And release. We'll do that a couple more times. Now just watch, as you send those arms behind you, you want to make sure you're not, again, allowing the back to arch. So keep that rib hip alignment, yes, as you just take a little bit of work into extension of the shoulder joint. We've got 2 more here. Breathing out, extend, center, turn the head one way, turn the head the other way, and release. And this is our last one. Breathing out, extend. Turn the head one way, turn the head the other way, and draw it back through centre and release. And that will be it for today. I want you to just give your shoulders a little roll, okay? And that concludes our little resistance band around the shoulder joint workout for today. I will see you very soon. Look out for the one resistance with your hips. All right, coming up soon. Take care. See you soon. Bye for now.